Well, I have given it some thought and I have come up with a new plan to hopefully 36 Star the Abyss on supports only, because I would love to wrap this account up in the near future. It's kind of dragging on a little bit too long. I've been trying to 36 Star the Abyss for, well, just a little bit of time. And we have not got very close. I think maybe we've hit 33 stars potentially. I honestly don't really remember, but we haven't been anywhere close to 36 star in the Abyss. So I have come up with a new plan to do that. Instead of just using my two normal teams, my Raiden team and a Hyperbloom team, and trying to brute force our way through the Abyss that way, my new plan is to basically come into the Abyss every single rotation, see what buffs we are getting, and then build a team specifically for that Abyss to try to maximize every last bit of damage we possibly can. Because obviously, just brute forcing it with Raiden and the Hyperbloom team is not working that great. So for this specific Abyss, we have Geo skill damage and Cryo skill damage with some very horrible enemies. So I will be building a team that is focused around Geo skill damage, so probably will be DPS Shalonen, and then I'll build another team focused around Cryo skill damage, which I'm not too certain of what I'm going to do, but I feel like maybe a DPS Seat Lali could be fun, because there really aren't a ton of characters that do skill damage. We do have Chi-Chi, but she does not do enough damage. Otherwise, I mean, Charlotte could potentially work, but I think Seat Lali has the best potential to do cryo skill damage. Obviously, new character, Escoffier, would be the best for cryo skill damage. I have been trying, but it hasn't been going too great. Although, I mean, I do have a couple pulls, so I could just do a couple now and see if we get Escoffier or Aoife. Both would work. Aoife wouldn't be super useful for this specific Abyss, because he does mainly focus on electrocharged or full animo DPS, which is how I built him in my last video. But he is definitely a character that could be good for a team in the future. For this Abyss though, he won't be great, so I mainly would just like Escoffier. But an Aoife would be good because I would like him on this account. So we do one last little pull, and maybe we see something good. No, awesome. Well, if we got Escoffier there, it would make things a lot easier, but we did not, so we have to create some weird scuffed teams. So let's have a look at team number 1, which is going to be the Geo team, and I think, as I did say before, a DPS Shalonen will be our best bet. Mainly because if we look at the Geo characters on the account, we have Shalonen, we have Goro, Yunjin, Noelle, and that's about it. Noelle could work, but she mainly does burst damage if we want to build Noelle. Yunjin does not do any form of DPS, same with Goro, so our DPS Shalonen is probably the best bet. And for that, I would probably end up running Shalonen, Goro. I would like to use Farina, but I think Farina will have to go in the Seat Lali team. We could possibly throw in a Bennett for some extra buffing, and then a healer would be nice. So we could also probably throw in a, like, Cookie could work, because that'd give more reactions so he gets crystallized, which isn't anything incredible, but it could be useful. And she also will heal a little bit, so that could be a possibility. And then that would leave us with the other team, which I would like to go DPS Seat Lali. Then we could throw in Farina as well. We could also put a Shenhe in that team, and then finish it all off with a Kokomi or Sijuin. Someone to heal. I'd probably say Kokomi. Or we throw in Sayu for swirls, and she can heal. That actually might not be a horrible option. Okay, well, let's have a look at this DPS Shalonen team first and get that sorted. So that is team number 1. Should be pretty easy to get running. We just want Shalonen on Mist Splitter. We want her on the Obsidian Codex set, which is going to be kind of fun because I would like Seat Lali on Obsidian Codex. So I'll have to make a new Obsidian Codex set, which it appears like we actually do not have that much, to be honest, which is a small problem. So I think I'm just going to level up a second Obsidian Codex for Shalonen. Bennett can just run Noblesse, which is for some reason not what he's on at the moment. He is on Favonius, which will do, and his talents are fine. There we go. There is a Bennett sorted. Cookie, I am going to swap up your build. She is currently built for Hyperblooms. I am going to swap that up though and run you on a HP focused build, because that is what your healing scales on, if I'm correct. We don't have too many options, so I mean, if I wanted, I could just leave her an Iron Sting. It's not incredible. but it is really the only weapon I've got for the time being because I don't want another Favonius in the team. And attack or defense weapons aren't great, so I could just leave her on Iron Sting. Then for artifacts, we would like HP set. So 2-piece Varukasha, 2-piece Tenacity, just get all of the HP we possibly can. I will just yoink Chevrus's pieces probably. Actually, no, if I take Sijuin's pieces, then we will actually have a bit of damage as well, which could be useful, I guess. There we go, and your talents I should probably level up because you are actually going to be doing something. Now, there probably are better teams for this, but I feel like we do want some amount of reactions for a DPS Shalonen team. I don't have a lot of these books though, and they're not open today, so this will be as far as we can get Cookie's levels up, and that will probably be level 6. We cannot go any further than that, which will do for now. So there is Cookie done. She has 44,000 HP, 33 to 128, 124 ER. It's not the best build in the world, but it will work fine because she's only really here for HP so she can heal. So that just leaves us with Goro, who I think we're going to run on Husk of Opulent Dreams. Weapons will be... That is a good question. I mean, I could just default and throw him on Favonius because that's easy. So he has almost 2,000 defense, okay stats, 202 ER. Not bad. His talents are 166. I would get these higher, but I don't want to farm these right now, and I can't farm these because I've already farmed weekly bosses this rotation. I think. I can't remember. So there is Goro done. There is Cookie. There is Benny, and we just need to deal with Shalonen's artifacts. So let's quickly have a look at the other team before we go farm stuff. I don't know how Sayu is going to be able to sustain Farina, but she might do something. So we're going to leave Farina on her normal build, fully maxed out to just do as much damage as possible. Shenhe, we are going to run you very, very attack focused. I think I am going to use Shenhe on Favonius because we do need ER for this team, especially for Farina. Sayu is going to be fully HP, I think is what her burst scales off of. No, it is based on her attack. Okay, so you want full attack on Sayu. The passive for this is not incredible because it increases swell damage after you do a pyro reaction. So we could also throw her on this one, which actually would probably work because you give her ER plus attack increase. And we have done quite a bit of this, so we do get a decent amount of attack increase. Actually, almost as much attack, more attack actually than this. So I think this weapon will be good for now, and then for artifacts we want Viridescent, and we just want to maximize the attack percent we can get on these. And then your talents are quite low, so they are probably worth leveling these up a little bit. And we can only get to level 6, which should be fine for now. So that puts Sayu at 2,800 attack. That should be good for healing. I do also remember that I need to fix Shenhe's build because it is not right at the moment. There we go, and your talents are good as well. So Shenhe's at 2,900 attack. So that just leaves our Seat Lali, who I'm going to be using on the Wid Sith, which I definitely need to get leveled up. Never mind, I can't because this isn't open today and we can't craft any. Great. Okay, well, level 70 Wid Sith will have to do. It is not my favorite, but oh well, we can't really do anything about that. Your talents are okay. I would like to get them up, but I don't think I have any of those. And I don't have any Dream Solvings to get any either, so that will do. 688 is okay, I guess. We're mainly focusing on the skill damage, that's fine. And that just leaves us with your artifacts, which we are also going to want Obsidian Codex. And we just want to maximize crit and EM, I believe. Yes, we would like EM on Seat Lali. Also, I forget that she decreases enemies' Hydro res, which will make Farina do even more damage, which is perfect. So for your artifacts, we do want EM on you, which, I mean, I could use this, but I would like crit as well. So that will do. That piece is okay. Off piece, sure, whatever. It's something. That piece is also fine. I don't really have any other options, so it will have to do. And then that piece is also fine, I guess. It puts you at a 36 to 209. That 36 will go up a little bit with this. It'll go up to 76 over 209. That is fine with 1,100 attack. And 446 EM, which could potentially go up if the Wid Sith decides to be nice to us. So that just means I've got to do a little bit of farming for Shalonen's artifacts, unless I want to use something else on her. I mean, I could use Archaic Petra, that would also probably work. But unless that is in the strong box, which it might be, it is. Okay, I'll do a quick run of it. If I get a decent Archaic Petra, that will be nice, because then I wouldn't need to go farm more Obsidian Codex, which I can't do strong box right now. And I don't really want to deal with luck today because it probably won't go well, but we do have some pieces that could work. I did just roll a couple that are kind of nice. So we actually did get some decent pieces, so hopefully they just roll okay, which so far it is not looking that good. Let me get back to that one. This piece is quite promising. 4-line start double crit already. Oh goodness, that's fun. Okay, sure, whatever. Very, very low crit rate, but that is fine, I guess. It will have to do. Well, we have Archaic Petra. It is not very good by any means. We have 0 energy recharge, which is going to become a problem. Can I fix that anywhere? I mean, I'm just gonna steal Raiden's piece for the time being. Yeah. It is not a great build, but I guess we'll try it and see what happens. So, there's the 2 builds we're going to be trying out for this Abyss. Do not expect much from this specific rotation of Abyss because, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on, if I'm being honest. I will try my best to do something half decent, but if I'm being completely honest, I have no faith. Oh, wait. I forgot I need 3 Geo characters in this team. So I think I will probably substitute Bennett, I'm going to say, out for Yunjin. Just because I think the healing is going to be a little bit more important than the buffing. Never mind, I just did stupid and forget that Bennett can heal, so we can just throw Bennett on the team. I always forget that Bennett can heal, that is part of his kit. So I don't need to put Cookie on there, that works just fine. I will probably need to make sure that Yunjin is built, however, because I do not imagine she is that built. She's not leveled up, and we can level her up, so I might as well. Boom, there you go. Okay, so we'll see how this runs now. I still don't like our chances. I mean, it might do something. And at least now we can actually get proper Shalonen damage without stuff happening. And yeah, this boss's HP is not going anywhere. You know what? Actually, wait. No, wait. We pause. Opponents. That dude, okay, I was going to say we might be able to just run Hyperbloom in the first half, even though it's not great and does not do anything with this buff. It could be something, but this will immediately cause problems. I mean, I can try it and see what happens because that Geo team is not doing anything really, like at all. There's nothing happening, so I don't think, as I predicted, it's going to work too well this time. The second team might still work. I don't think the first team's going to work, to be honest. I will need to wait for better buffs to actually make full use of doing this new plan. But for now, seeing as we're already here, I might as well at least try it with a Hyperbloom team. I am still going to try this DPS seat Lally because I feel like this team does have a chance of working. Okay, let's try this one last time. Don't love our chances, but we are going to give it our best shot. This Abyss is kind of garbage for this account in general. The buffs are not great, but I'm still farming pools to do any other videos, so I figured I might as well start this new plan now because I have been thinking about this plan for a little bit, because I would really, really like to finish off this account soon. I am getting very much over the amount of farming I need to do across all my 5 accounts, and I would like to wrap them up pretty quickly. So this account is the longest standing, which is why it is the one I'm attempting first. In all honesty though, I do expect Fontaine only to 36 star the Abyss before this one. We are getting through this boss relatively well, which is nice. I do feel like that is going to significantly drop off the second we get to the next floor. Also, the next half might be a problem, but we are going to half time this, or actually just a little bit more than half time, which is perfect. So now we immediately fail. 66,000 from Seat Lally there. Hey, I mean, it's not the worst you've ever seen. It's certainly not the best, but it is definitely not the worst. Well, we aren't going to get 3 stars, but it actually wasn't that horrible, to be fair. We are more than halfway through his health bar. There was no way we were getting 3 stars. There was just not enough damage. And that first Abyss Lecter thing, whatever he's called, horrible. Despise him. But, you know, it's not the worst. We are getting through this dude's health bar relatively well. Good, lovely. Shenhe died. We need to restart. I have learned that Sayu's healing is not great, like at all. Let's try to push for an even faster rotation this side, though. I feel like this team has worked pretty well, and I think I might actually make an amendment to the plan. And that is, instead of just trying to build a team specifically for that Abyss in terms of the buffs that are on the, Abyss, going off that, but then also going off the enemies in there. So, like, this side is very Hydro enemies. Like, there's a lot of Hydro enemies. So, the Hyperbloom team just makes a lot of sense over here. The other team is sort of a bit of everything. So, just using the buff that's available in the Abyss makes the most sense there. But I think I am, as I said, going to really focus on building teams for the Abyss rather than trying to do the Abyss with weird teams that don't really make sense for that Abyss. I mean, that is technically sort of how you're supposed to play the Abyss anyway. You're kind of supposed to build teams for the Abyss. Also, this has been slower than the first try, which is fun. This right here is why we're not getting through this side very quickly, because this shield is terrible. Also, energy recharge of this team is non-existent. Yeah, so this has been a much, much slower clear, but it is definitely working better if I build a team for the Abyss. This team isn't horrible, it is definitely being very heavily carried by Farina. And Seat Lali died, okay. How long does this Abyss have before it resets? 5 days, awesome. Please give us better rotations next time. Because I don't think that this is, I mean, it's not like terrible, like it sort of works, but it's just the wrong buffs for this, and DPS Seat Lali isn't great. It would be very, very nice if we could get Cryo Chef Girl, because she actually can do some good damage and does a lot of cryo skill damage. That would be very nice for Abyss, but we cannot get her, unfortunately. I mean, I'm going to try my best. We are up to like 50, 60 PD, I believe. I think 50. So we are getting there. I am definitely going to try to get her, because she would make this a lot easier. And then the other team, well, for this Abyss is not going to go great. The geo damage is not possible. DPS Shalonen kind of works, but we do not have enough of a build to make it actually viable. So it wasn't the greatest run of Abyss, but that's fine, because the purpose of this video wasn't really to try to 36-star the Abyss. It was more just to start up this new plan of trying to build characters specifically for the Abyss. And in all honesty, I did not expect to get anywhere near 36-star in the Abyss in this video. The teams we have are not great for the specific reactions that they want or the buffs that the Abyss provides. So that is the new plan. We're going to try to really focus on that and hammer down on making sure we can build proper characters for the Abyss. And we'll see what happens doing that. So with that being said, this is not the most productive video I've ever done, but we got a little bit of building done and we got this new plan started. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you liked the video, go check out the last time we tried Abyss, where we actually made a little bit more progress than today. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.